What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Gear Breaker Nation, where we get excellent assessment and reviews. And in this video, we're going to be reviewing episode 1 of Ash vs. the Evil Dead, El Jeffe. Now, the episode starts off the series 30 years after the events of Army of Darkness, and Ash is in his house, and the guy's older. He can tell he's out of shape, he's old, he hasn't really done anything with his life. But hey, that's life and everything. So he ends up going to this bar and starts hitting on this one chick. And then the next thing you know, after a couple of cheesy lines, he is in the bathroom knocking boots with this woman and definitely tearing it up. And it's funny because while he's sitting here hitting this woman or whatever, he's got this wooden hand. He's just smacking her in the rump and everything. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of funny. But anyway, while he's doing it with her, next thing you know, this lady turns into a deadite on him and tells him that, hey, the deadites are just gunning for him. He's like, oh my gosh. But before he can bolt and everything, he does finish up. It's kind of funny because while he's doing it, he's like, Okay, next scene, he goes home and he's trying to figure out how in the hell the deadites are sitting here just messing with him all of a sudden. He has the book secured. There's no way the deadite should be back, right? So he ends up remembering that he got really stoned with this young woman, and he ends up reading from the book, trying to impress this chick, thinking it's poetry. And that's how the deadites, once again, get released. So the next scene jumps over to this policewoman named Amanda Fisher and her partner Carson, who end up getting this call about supernatural events at this house. So they end up going to check it out. They go inside. It's just dark and it's creepy and it's claustrophobic. Oh, there go my phone. So they go and they check it out. Next thing you know, the same girl that you seen that that Ash had been smoking pot with, or whatever the hell he was doing, she is right there just kind of crying and in the corner and everything. And then you know, she's trying to talk, and then she turns into a freaking deadite. And it's really good how the practical effects on this was really good, because it's like her arms like twisted around, and then her head twisted around too, and then the lights went out, and then she was gone, and we get this really badass sequence where these two are trying to defend themselves against this woman. And while she's a deadite and everything, Carson ends up getting killed, and he gets killed in a pretty fucked up way. I mean, the chick like hit him and he flew into a pair of antlers on the wall, and it's like, wow. But Amanda ends up damn near dying, but she ends up killing the girl that was a deadite, then has to deal with Carson, who after he's dead becomes a deadite himself. So she has to sit there and contend with that without having to kill a partner also. And it's kind of good. I like the fact that they have a different character that doesn't really know what's going on actually be introduced to it. And I'm glad she didn't die. And plus, if y'all don't recognize her, this is a chick from Girlfriends. And I haven't seen her in a movie or a TV show since Girlfriends. And I really like that show. So I'm hoping she does good on her. I'm glad she survived. The next scene, you got Ash getting ready to dip out and everything, and he tells his neighbor that he's about to leave, but he has to go get his paycheck. So when he get ready to leave, this old lady that's his neighbor is talking to her. Next, she turns out into a deadite on him. But then after he like freaks out for a second, she turns back normal. So he goes to go get his paycheck, and he can't get his paycheck because the guy there is basically forcing him to work for the day. So it's good. That part was kind of funny to me too. He's getting ready to sit here and leave because all hell's about to break loose and he has to work to get his last paycheck. It was just freaking awesome. But then the episode ends up introducing us to Pablo, who actually is one of Ash's few friends, if not his only friend, that actually looks up to Ash. Seems like a pretty cool kid. The guy's actually got a bit of personality to him. He's young, he seems enthusiastic. I really like his character. And while he's there, we also get introduced to a new girl there named Kelly that is Pablo's friend, but Pablo kind of likes her. You can kind of tell through the chemistry, dialogue and stuff between the two. But Ash ends up flirting with her, and he throws this cheesy ass line talking about some I can't remember exactly, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of, you're gonna wish that you could get with me because I'm that cool, or something like that. But anyway, so this guy the boss guy tells Ash to go put these light bulbs in the back, and of course Ash just trashes all the light bulbs. It's pretty funny. So he goes to the back to go, I don't know, get some more light bulbs, and they got these dolls back there. And next thing you know, one of the Deadites possesses a doll and just starts fucking this dude up. I was laughing so hard. It was so retarded. But before the thing could, I guess, finish him off or whatever, Pablo comes in and basically saves Ash's life. And then next you know, Ash sits here and tells Pablo about the Book of the Dead, and shit's about to get real and everything. But then Kelly ends up getting a call from her father, ends up saying that her dead mother had returned. Ash ends up dipping out. Pablo goes with Kelly to go talk to Ash about what's going on. But and next thing you know, the spirit thing that be like flying over everything goes and affects their boss, I guess. So anyways, Ash is at the house, he's getting ready to dip set. Next thing you know, Kelly and Pablo come to get his help to see what the situation is with Kelly's mother, with dead mother and father, with more on the end of the father. So next thing you know, his neighbors end up attacking. They end up killing one, but then the old lady comes into the freaking trailer that they in, and we get one of the most, not only the most badass fights. Next to the whole scene where the Deadite was in the house with the 2 state troopers, we get this badass scene where these 3 characters, Ash, Kelly, and Pablo, are trying to survive against this old ass lady that's turned into this Deadite. And I had to say, I enjoyed it. It was funny as crap. It was serious. It was gross, and it was just totally badass. And next thing you know, the damn Deadite knocks out Pablo, knocks out Ash, and then is about to gouge out Kelly's eyes, but then Pablo manages to give Ash his chainsaw. And this was a badass scene because Pablo like kicks the chainsaw to him, and it shouldn't really flew through the air like that, but it did. And then, you know, Ash doesn't have his hand, so he jumps up and catches it, and it reconnects with his arm, and then he gets all badass mode. And now, you know, he stands off against this old ass Deadite. Next thing you know, bam, cuts his bra's head off. And I was like, sweet. So the episode ends where Ash basically just decided not to run anymore, that he's like, okay, I guess this is my destiny to sit here and put this evil back into this book for good and to be the savior of mankind, I guess. I gotta say, you know, in the end, this was a really entertaining episode. I was really worried about a series being made for the movies, but this first episode was beast as hell. Pablo is a likable character, and I like him being introduced into the series, and I'm glad they didn't kill him off. Kelly was a pretty good character. I like the fact that she's a smart ass, and it's kind of counteracting Ash's more suave, most cool guy type aspect. And it kind of like all 3 personalities do complement each other. I do like those 3. I like the fact that Amanda's character, you know, is actually introduced into it. She didn't get killed, and it seems like now she's going to be a reoccurring character because she did survive it, and I hope she is. But anyway, guys, I would actually have to say that this episode gets a 3 out of 5. In the comment section below, tell me what you thought about episode 1 of Evil Dead. Ash versus Evil Dead. Did you like it? Did you think the characters were pretty cool? Did you like that you know, it does adjust to the time frame of Bruce Campbell's actual age? And tell me, what did you think about how the Deadites were presented? It was a bit more serious than the previous incarnation. So remember, guys, to like, share, and subscribe. And I guess I'll catch you guys in the next edition of Gear Breaker Nation. And remember, keep those gears turning.